Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash. Double honor unto our apostles, the elder bishops, the great millstone, the root well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing the true doctrine and cause the four winds of the earth and all truth and necessary. I'm Lamar Ariyaf and Mr. P. Count, Lord willing, this be edifying lesson, quick and to the point through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And this video that I'm going to play, it just further expounds on why we say we got to get out of here. And this devil has to be stopped because, they do too much. Things that are just naturally, a part of life, they have to try to tamper with it, mess with it, modify it, reconfigure it, anything, and it's unnecessary, but, this devil just doesn't have a spirit that has peace, a spirit that, accepts. They have a spirit that is just completely wicked, where they have to, they don't get no rest unless they cause something to fall, as the scripture says. They always have this mindset, and it's in the book of Psalms about his mischief, man. So now what this devil wants to do is reverse the natural growth and transitioning of your black hair or brown hair, whatever hair color you have, to going gray. Like, what is the point of that? Now we know they want that birthright back. They trying to retain their youthful look. But first of all, Esau aged terribly. And you're going against the grain, meaning you're not gonna be able to ultimately completely change what the Lord has created, okay? But nevertheless, this devil is continually tampering with order, with what's natural. Just like the food. They don't let the food just grow naturally. They want to modify it, they want to splice, they want to add this, take away that. The food in general. But this is why brothers always saying this devil got to go. Horrible management of the earth. Just want to change everything that the Lord has created. So I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures. All right. And I'm gonna close it out after I play the video, of course. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 31. The hoary head is a crown of glory. Okay? It's a crown of glory. Because that hoary head, man, and I'll just say when it comes to our apostles, it comes with wisdom, experience, spiritual beings, following the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, longevity, endurance, diligence. So it's honor. For them to have those hoary heads is like a badge of honor. Okay? Scripture goes into basically give reverence to the hoary heads. But see, they want to reverse that. And in the kingdom, we're not gonna have gray hair, man. We're gonna be in our youthful peak. Okay? But nevertheless, this devil wants to reverse the natural order of gray hair transitioning from your natural color, which is fucking insane. All the shit that's going on in the earth, this is what you want to do? How about reversing chemtrails? How about reversing, cancer? Reversing, poverty. How about that? But no. We gotta stop the gray from naturally turning, because it's gonna make us look youthful. This devil gotta go. Back in verse 31, the hoary head is a crown of glory if it be found in the way of righteousness. And our apostles are righteous men. okay, who have been laboring in this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah for decades, man. We've seen videos where the apostle was in their youthful state, jet black hair, beard, jet black, head, jet black. But over the decades, over the time, the laboring, the wisdom they have received, the all the different obstacles they had to go through, all the spirits they had to deal with, you know, all the wicked niggas they have had to deal with, their day-to-day regular life they done had to deal with. You know, they are still going strong, man. But that hoary head is a staple of their diligence, man. And we, you know what I'm saying, we give reverence to those men, man. We respect those men because we know they are men of the Lord and their works is proven so. All right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, starting at verse 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And see, that's what that devil wants to do. He wants to be like the Most High. He wants to be the Most High. That's why he has this synthetic rulership, the synthetic kingdom, and steady trying to manipulate everything and recreate his own kingdom, man. And he's doing a lot of shit. And that's because the Lord's allowing him, but it's not gonna go further than the Lord is gonna allow it to go. We know the end of it is gonna be the fall of Esau, Edom's rulership. And as the scriptures say, Esau is the end and Jacob is the beginning. So Yahweh Shai rulership is the next rulership up, and this will be no other. But see, this devil is playing himself. Okay? Which takes me to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. We'll start at verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Right, man, because this devil, man, he, like the scriptures say, how has thou fell from heaven, O Lucifer? You know, that nigga came down, his kingdom, his rulership is going to go down like lightning, man. It's going to fall so fast. And we're witnessing the transitioning and the beginning of the fall of his kingdom. Okay? And he's despised, man, from these other nations. You know, that's why the scriptures say, how can the house divided stand, roughly paraphrasing, when it comes to these devils, man. They are at odds, man. The heathen nations, you know, they can't get along. They're being divided. And that's prophecy. You know, it's all prophecy. And this is the point. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And see, he is a very proud man. But see, the pride have deceived him. You know, pride goes before destruction, you know? So he has played himself, because as the scripture says, when a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. And this is a low level base man that's in Job the 30th chapter, man. This is a base man, you know? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. So, you know, regardless what this devil does, he's not going to offset prophecy. The Lord's words are going to accomplish, therefore, what he sent it, man. Thus saith the scriptures. He is not a man that he can lie. Thus saith the scriptures. If he has said it, will he not make it good? Thus says the scriptures. So this trying to reverse the natural transitioning from whatever your natural hair color is to gray is completely crazy. But nevertheless, this devil is crazy. And they try to do any goddamn thing to preserve whatever the fuck they trying to preserve. Their youth. They want the birthright back. They know they're going into captivity. They know their kingdom is falling. So They finna just do what fucking ever they can. You know, but at the end of the day, he has a bound that he cannot pass. So I'm gonna play this video, Lord willing, is edifying. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles, our elder bishops, a great millstone, and Ruel. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Today, gray peppers red carpets. Actors, rockers, even the fictional high priestess of fashion wears it.
Everybody wants this.
But us lesser mortals still want our crowning glory to hide what is a frustrating fact of life. You will get gray hair. Now in this lab at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, Melissa Harris is working on ways to do more than just cover it up. Is it possible to reverse gray hair?
I absolutely think it is possible to reverse gray hair.
To do that, you first must understand the graying process. Why does our hair gray?
Our hair grays mostly because of the loss of the cells that we need to keep our hair colored over the entirety of our lifetime.
Your color is controlled by two different kinds of cells. Stem cells that create pigment cells that color your hair.
I would say the major reason why we gray is loss of these cells as we age.
Is there a way to get them back?
I think there is if you reactivate your stem cell population.
One theory she's working on involves immunotherapy. It was used to treat lung cancer in 14 patients with an unexpected benefit. Their hair reverted to its natural color. To unlock the mystery, Harris is trying it on animals.
In this set of animals, we've given them the immunotherapy that we believe is going to help prevent gray hair.
And it's made a huge difference.
Yeah, we definitely can see this is mimicking what we've seen in humans that have gotten this immunotherapy where they have these really dramatic gray hair reversals.
The other possibility is to use a small molecule therapy to reactivate the stem cells to make more pigment cells. You can see the results on this screen.
Wow. I mean, you've gone from a few pigmented cells
to a lot of pigmented cells.
Wow.
Yeah, so we can do these kinds of things in the lab. And so now it's just transitioning it to human application.
Gray hair can be exacerbated by other factors: smoking, drinking, and poor nutrition.
What about stress?
So stress, only more recently in the scientific world have we identified actual scientific mechanisms that show that really high levels of stress can cause those cells that make the pigment to really not be happy.
Just take a look at some of our recent presidents: Jimmy Carter, George W. Bush, Barack Obama. Dr. Lauren Cole is a dermatologist at UAB.
If somebody wanted to reverse the graying process and came to you, what would you tell them today?
Unfortunately, I don't have great options for you at this stage, but it may be something we could consider in the future.
A future Dr. Harris is working to uncover.
By the time I retire, I hope to have this solution on the market.
In addition to age, stress, and nutrition, genetics is one of the strongest factors in determining when you go gray. So if it happened to family members on the earlier side, you're likely to follow suit. Although in the Thompson family, it's not happened that way. Our two youngest went gray early.
Yeah.